Got into position right away. Dellavedova helps with the double team. Timeout, Gonzaga. St. Mary's thought they got the ball back, but the Zags got the timeout to save the possession.
Timeout being called, but you talk about Matthew Dellavedova and his impact at St. Mary's and his lineage that people will remember in this conference. You know, Mark Few, I think, paid him a great compliment yesterday, and the question was asked, will you miss coaching against a player like Matthew Dellavedova? And he said he makes the game so difficult. You have to scheme in so many different ways to try to take him out of a game. The things that he appreciates, his passion for the sport, his warrior mentality, an absolute superb competitor. And you look at what Matthew Dellavedova has been able to accomplish over the course of his career. He will go down and be remembered as, in my opinion, the all-time great St. Mary's Gale basketball player when he leaves campus. But one of the best that the WCC has seen in quite some time.
It's a league that has such great tradition with point guard play in particular. Not just the guy we've been showing tonight, John Stockton, who's here, but of course Steve Nash, many, many others. There's just been a litany of great point guards in this conference, and Dellavedova fits right in with that group.
I agree. I'm not going to argue with you on that one, even with the game tonight where he's struggling a little bit.
Hart, the inbounder, 20 to shoot for Gonzaga. It'll be Pangos down the lane. Short. Dellavedova rebound. Well, we'll see. Maybe the Gales have one last push. Dellavedova not slowing down. Got knocked off balance there.
And a bull in a china shop coming down Main Street.
Little physical between Dellavedova and Hart and Pangos. Zags fans didn't like it. Olynyk trying to use his dribble. He got fouled by the big man. So Kelly Olynyk drew the foul. 6th team foul against St. Mary's. 4th personal against Hodgson. No reason to save him. Down 15 with 4:01 to go. Waldo's going to come back in. Hodgson will go to the bench. I don't think necessarily because of the foul trouble. It's been a quiet game for Brad Waldo.
Well, they just corrected the last foul. And I guess it was initially reported wrong because they ended up keeping it with Hodgson.
Fresh shot clock for the Zags, and now under 4 minutes to go.
Floor spacing, spreading it out, being patient will be the recipe of success the rest of the way for the Zags.
Pangos being harassed by Dellavedova. Dellavedova wanted the 5-second call, didn't get it. Olynyk hesitated on the 3, instead gave it to his teammate Harris, who draws another foul. More power inside for the Zags. And it sends us to a timeout in Las Vegas. The #1 team in the country starting to smell another West Coast Conference championship. Zags lead 60-45.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's.
Chris Cotter in studio, and 2 NFL trades today. The Ravens sent Anquan Boldin.
A power team in the NCAA tournament. That's the way it used to be. This year, they're the powerhouse team. Gonzaga, perhaps 3.5 minutes away from a #1 seed.
Well, Mark Few said this team is the best that he's ever had at adapting to all styles of play. Even when they have played poor, they've been able to somehow find a way to win. And I think that goes back to the chemistry of this unit, a chemistry in a tight-knit group that he's been just talking about to anybody that'll listen since early October.
Out of bounds. Been that kind of night for St. Mary's. The Gales, who We talk about Gonzaga's offensive efficiency. St. Mary's has been one of the elite offensive teams in the country in terms of their efficiency numbers, points per possession, great shooting team. Tonight, that has definitely not been the case.
And that's why you go back to the making of a #1 team. And the Gonzaga Bulldogs and their rise to #1 in college basketball. They value the basketball, rarely turning it over. They shoot a high percentage and they're efficient each and every possession that they're at the offensive end of the floor. And then defensively, they have gotten better as the year has gone on. Yeah. You want to start playing your best defense this time of year. There's no question about it. You want to tighten your game and be razor sharp.
Shot clock winding down. Bell gets a shot off. Good.
They're razor sharp.
They are. Matching their biggest lead, up 19, and for 2.5 minutes, all the Zags fans who are here are going to start their celebration. St. Mary's now is going to have to wait and see what happens. The Gales feeling confident they belong in the NCAA tournament, feeling comfortable about their position, but it's not guaranteed.
If this score holds up in the final 2:24, they'll be 19-3 since December 27th. All 3 losses coming against Gonzaga. Those are not bad losses. Now the margin here, though, is one that would probably draw some more attention. And then the health concern you have of Jordan Page and what does his status look like for the coming week.
The Trulis 3, air ball.
I think this game was a 1-point game when Jordan Page went down. And I think it really took the wind out of the sails and the offensive push of St. Mary's.
Ultimately, the Zags might have been too good anyway, but I think you're right about that. Under 2 minutes to go. Zags fans standing up. Gary Bell, another runner for him. That one no good. Zags fans starting to chant '1, and they've already gotten to that point. The #1 ranking is theirs. The question is the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and how much of a difference is that if the Zags are #1, if they're #2? Statistically speaking, the numbers tell you that being a #1 seed does hold a big advantage.
Well, especially when you look at the #1 seed and in this line right here. #1 seeds have gone on and had success and got a chance to win a national championship as all of the starters is getting taken out of the game right now. And a loud ovation for each and every one of them. They came here focused. They came here driven. And mission accomplished for the Gonzaga Bulldogs here in Las Vegas.
There were some questions, Sean, about handling #1. Would there be extra pressure? Top-ranked team in the country for the first time in their program's history. Everybody nationally paying closer and closer attention to this Gonzaga team. They didn't look like a team that's feeling the pressure of #1.
No, and that goes back to the belief and trust in one another. I mean, they have been in some difficult environments throughout the course of the year. The difficult scheduling by Mark Few. The quality wins. Oklahoma, Kansas State, at Oklahoma State. St. Mary's twice, going to add in a 3rd win against them. The strength of schedule overall 104. Their non-conference strength of schedule, though, you see at the bottom of your screen right down here, that's 39. That's pretty solid. And, you know, they obviously took a tough loss at Butler earlier this year. A difficult pass. And you know what I took away from this game that made me believe that the Zags, their cohesiveness would help them take over the top is that Elias Harris went to Twitter immediately after that game and said anybody that is blaming David Stockton for the loss at Hinkle, they need to leave him alone. It was a team effort. It was a team loss. And that cohesiveness to me is what separates Gonzaga a little bit and makes this a special and unique group for Mark Few. It's picking up your teammate when they're down.
It took that play. That's the last loss the Zags suffer. They have not lost since. You have to go back even much earlier in the season. The only other loss against Brandon Paul when he had a huge night. He and Illinois beat the Zags. Bo Levesque hits a 3. St. Mary's needed a little more of that here tonight. Not just from Levesque, from everybody. Their outside shooting has not been as good as usual.
Well, I thought that Levesque and Mitchell Young would have to combine for about 25 points to really give them a good chance tonight. Young's got 5, and Levesque's got 6.
They came up well short of that mark. Kyle Dranginis, talented kid. Shemek Karnowski missed the shot. Tries to snatch away the rebound. Gets fouled. The players who are on the court for Gonzaga right now, many of them, maybe you could say all 5 of them, would get big minutes for just about every team in the country. This Gonzaga team is so deep this year. Shemek Karnowski, heralded freshman kid from Poland, huge size, and Mark Few has a hard time getting him on the court.
2 out of the first 3 games this year, he had over 20 points. Had a double-double in his first game for the Zags. That speaks to the depth in which they have down low.
I bet you he has a pretty big year next year. He's a talented kid. When we finish, we're going to send it to SportsCenter. That follows us here on ESPN. But the trophy ceremony